my goodness, shout out to New City Players.
Right.
And Darius Daughtry, the producers of that production. And that was a show about three sisters who come back together in the in the wake of their mother's passing. And like big news, big revelations between these three sisters. And I realized that like I want to tell our stories about family, about human relationships, about the things that that Black people go through, and how nuanced our experiences are, but how they can really relate to anybody. And I think there need to be more stories that display those nuances.
Midnight in Miami. Good vibes, don't feel the news. And you could get the latest news. It's all on YouTube at midnight.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are ya doing? You know what I'm talking about? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about? Bald version. Oh my God, I'm loving my guest already. I'm digging the styles. I'm digging everything. I'm very excited today, ladies and gentlemen. Before I get to introducing the powerhouse of a guest that we have before us, you know what I'm talking about. First of all, thank you for joining us. You know what I'm saying? Every Thursday at midnight, you know what I'm saying? On Spotify, on Deezer, on Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. But more than anything, on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, because that's how you get all these angles, man. That's why we got like 72 cameras in here. You know what I'm talking about? Come on. Check out the YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, behind the cameras, you know what I'm talking about? There's a man. The man's got a red hoodie, you know what I'm saying? And cargo shorts, and that's fashion. You know what I'm talking about?
I like that guy.
You know what I'm saying? And ladies and gentlemen, behind the cameras, we got Cruz in the building. What's going on, Cruz?
Hey, what's up? I'm just here trying to live my best life.
Amen.
I love it.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? And that's Hollister. That's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, how do I explain the honor that I have today?
Do your best.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try my best. Inevitably, I am setting myself up for failure.
No.
Because
Set yourself up for success.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, she's got inspirational quotes too. I am so very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, the guest that we have before us today, you know what I'm talking about? She's a singer.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, the guest before us, she's an improviser.
I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, the guest before us is a playwright.
Oh, that's a bag I'm in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the guest before us is an actress.
First and foremost.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute honor to be able to introduce, for the first time ever in the Midnight in Miami studio, we have Daryl Patrice.
What's going on in Miami?
Oh my God.
How you doing?
Okay, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Oh,
my
baby.
God. Yes, I had my coffee today. I'm on my second cup. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me. I'm so psyched. What
I'm
an
so
intro.
psyched.
What a vibe.
Man,
Look at this room.
She drove all this way. You think I'm going to make her do it for no reason? Hello.
Better not.
Daryl, there's so many topics for us to get into today. You know, the big elephant in the room, correct me if I'm wrong, you do have a very big move coming up soon. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes. After 8 years of living, coming back home to South Florida after college, it's time for me to go back to Atlanta.
Okay.
So I am moving on Thursday.
Okay, right
on
there.
Thursday,
Okay.
4 days.
So by the time you guys hear this, she's in Atlanta.
I'll
you know
be
what I'm
gone.
saying? She'll be gone. You know what I'm saying? But you see all that good stuff on the screen, so make sure to follow her.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? So you can follow her path, you know, in Atlanta and beyond.
It's going to be a journey.
It's going to be a journey indeed. Daryl, what was the flame that sparked this idea to move?
Well, a lot of things, honestly. Well, first and foremost, it was just time for me to take my career to the next level. I went to college in Atlanta. Shout out to Spelman College,
Big
the number
shouts.
one
Big
historically
shouts.
Black college or university in America. Stand up
Big
for my
shouts.
sister.
Big shouts. Okay.
But yeah, I went to Spelman. I graduated in 2012, and I had intentions of staying there and starting my career up there. But things happened,
Right.
and I wasn't mentally ready.
Okay.
So I came back home with the intention of building up my resume, and build it I did. I built it up pretty well. In fact, my very first show was I did a solo
Okay.
with a really cool guy. His name
Excuse
was
me.
Juan.
Okay.
Yes, let me tell the people.
Oh my God.
I met this guy in my very first theatrical production,
Wow,
and it was a
wow.
lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. We were both in sailor costumes, if I remember
we
correctly.
were sailors. We were doing the thing.
We were doing the thing indeed.
just acting a fool.
Oh man.
It was a lot of fun. But yeah, back to the question, like my theater career, it's where all the filming is at. I want to get into film.
Okay.
Not to say that there is no opportunity here in Miami for film, but a lot of the incentives aren't there. Like
Right.
the tax incentives, a lot of it is geared to different audiences. And with Atlanta being a chocolate city as it is, I felt that not only will I be able to be where like a lot of the filming is and a lot of the big studios, Marvel, Tyler Perry. I also want to be where my people are.
Okay.
And a lot of my best friends from college are still up there. Some of them are in the industry up there. And I really wanted to pick up where I left off.
Very cool.
And it was about time. It's about time. So
about time.
When you get too comfortable where you are, you get complacent, and that's where stuff starts to kind of fizzle out.
Right.
And I think that I was getting a little complacent.
Okay.
And COVID was no help.
Right.
So excuse me. So I made the decision, and I was like, okay, I've been putting this off for too long. It's time. It's time.
Daryl, do you enjoy a challenge?
I do. Sometimes I'm a little resistant to it because I like to do things that I'm naturally good at, but I've learned that when I challenge myself, it's so much more rewarding. And that really came in when I was writing my first 2 short plays.
Okay. Go off.
Let me flex a little bit.
Flex a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
So I wrote my very first short play back in 2019. It's called Regret to Inform You. It's about a high school couple, and they basically have all of their plans for college planned out, and they want to go to college together. And and the girl gets into her dream school, and the guy doesn't get into that school. So she has to make the decision of whether she wants to be with him and go to a different school or follow her own path. So that was really great. It got a good reading this past November with FEMU Scripts. Shout out to Lori Tanner and Alicia Garcia.
Big shout out.
Yeah, who allowed me to present my play on Zoom, and I cast some really, really great high school students from Michael Crop Senior High.
Okay.
And they really brought the characters to life. So I really want to thank them. And so that was my first baby. And then my second one, which is called Distance Makes the Heart.
Okay.
That was part of a night of new short films called A Love Like This. Shout out to, oh my goodness, shout out to New City Players.
Right.
And Darius Daughtry, the producers of that production. And that was a show about 3 sisters who who come back together in the in the wake of their mother's passing, and like big news, big revelations between these three sisters. And I realized that like I want to tell our stories about family, about human relationships, about the things that that Black people go through, and how nuanced our experiences are, but how they can really relate to anybody. And I think there need to be more stories that display those nuances. So I really am excited to bring those projects to Atlanta and write more. It's really that's been a really, really big challenge, because the biggest thing when it comes to my writing, I write about what I know.
Right.
And a lot of that brings up really strong feelings that sometimes I try to like push away or shy away from. And like, you know, as an artist, you can't do that.
Right, of
You really
course.
have to lean in. And that's something that the pandemic has taught me, something that my art has taught me, something that my friends have taught me. So I'm really excited to lean into the discomfort and my feelings,
That's amazing. I mean,
my
No.
fifis.
but I mean, it takes tremendous amount of strength to like you said, lean into the discomfort.
Yeah.
And kind of on that same token, what's been more gratifying for you as an artist when you're on stage, putting on a performance and encapsulating a character, or when you're kind of taking the backseat approach and you wrote the actual project and you're seeing it come to life before you?
That's a really tough question. I'm really new. I'm still pretty new to playwriting, but I will say that seeing my words come out of somebody else's mouth and seeing how they impact audiences. Because when Art Prevails Project and New City Players put on Distance Makes the Heart, like so many people, like I got to get direct feedback because I did talkbacks and such, and everybody was so receptive of it, and it really hit a lot of people. And that right there, just like, it's crazy when your own experiences, things that you may have shied away from, can really impact others. It's incredible, it's freeing, it's inspiring, and it really is an amazing thing. And I am appreciative for those experiences that have been unlocked and will be unlocked. That being said, I'm a performer first. And I love being on stage, and I love performing. I love making people feel like with my own instrument. Yeah. So I love performing, and I'm really enjoying the writing process that I'm going through. So yeah, ask me that question in about a year or so. Maybe I'll have a different answer.
All right. I like it. Daryl, what was the catalyst that started it all? What got you on stage for the first time, or not even on stage for the first time, but the little thing inside your head that was like, I need to get on stage.
Oh, I've been a performer all my life.
Okay.
Like, not just, well, I mean, gosh, how does every Black performer start? In the church choir, right? So I started in church choir. I was like making up little skits at home and just being a little weirdo. And I did speech and debate in middle and high school. I didn't even do drama in high school. It was crazy. Oh, wow. I was supposed to be in, I played the flute in middle school, and I was supposed to stay in band 8th grade, but I didn't get put in band. Like, they messed up my schedule and put me in speech and debate instead. And so when I went to get my schedule changed, my teacher was like, stay here for a week. Give me a chance. Give me a week. And if you don't like it here, I'll switch you out. And I stayed, and I won a couple of awards.
Okay.
the speech and debate coach at Michael Crop Senior High saw me. Shout out to Mary Schick. Hey, Miss Schick.
Big shout out.
And I did that all through high school, but I knew I wanted to do theater. I knew I wanted to act. I was like, okay, performing is for me. So I minored in drama at Spelman because my mama was not paying for a theater degree. Respectfully.
Mad respect.
So I minored in it, but I knew it was what I wanted to do. And yeah, the rest is history. It's in my blood. It's in my DNA.
Ah, that's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's a calling that you can't control.
Right.
What was your experience at Spelman like?
Oh my God, best 4 years of my life. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, Spelman College is a historically Black college. Also, you may hear the term HBCU. Those are historically Black colleges and universities that are located all through the South and like up the East Coast and a little bit of the Midwest. I am a legacy baby. My mother went to Spelman, her sister, and I have 3 cousins who went to Spelman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was really a legacy thing, but also like I wanted to go, not just to fulfill
Right.
the legacy, but I felt the sisterhood. Like Spelman is an all-women's school. And I felt the sisterhood there. It was where I could grow not only in my Blackness but in my womanness as well. And like I can proudly say that some of the women that I met at Spelman are definitely going to be like bridesmaids when I get married.
Right.
Learning to hone my power and my talents in such a safe space, it really helped to form who I am today. And it really pushed me, because when you know who you are, nobody can tell you shit. So it's like being honed in just a beautiful environment around amazing Black people. Coming out of that bubble, it's like, okay, I know who I am in this world. I know the bullshit that happens outside of these doors. And because I have this knowledge of self and knowledge of who you are, I can govern myself accordingly. And you can't shake me.
Oh, I love that.
And so going back to Atlanta is really going to help me to like go back to my roots in a way. And but yeah, Spelman had its like it's still college, so there were still issues, still like challenges that I had to
Right.
go through. But man, what an experience. What like I rep it so hard.
Right.
Spelman College is the #1 HBCU 15 years in a row. We're at year 15, y'all. We're at year 15. So if you catch a Spelman woman in the streets, just say congratulations.
There you go. There you
say
go.
congrats.
All right. Kind of on that same branch, do you think that Spelman gave you the tools required to go into an audition with the confidence that you need to be able to put on a performance?
Yeah. Because, man, in the theater department, in the Spriggs Burroughs Department of Drama and Dance, they don't lie to you. They don't play.
They're not going to sugarcoat it.
No. If you're whack, you're whack. And here's how we can make you better.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
then it's not going to be just, oh, you're whack. It's going to be like, okay, come on in, sis. Come on in. But, yeah, definitely helped me to audition and to be prepared and to come in as my full self. Because, man, it's wild, like, how the expectations of actors, period, and what we think directors want from us, how they think we should act, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And just saying, okay, I'm gonna come in as me, period. Don't if you wanna hire me, you're gonna hire me.
Right.
And that's it.
And that's it.
So take me or leave me, but when I come out of every audition, I walk in with my power and I walk out with my power.
Do you have any sort of, are you still nervous when you're going into auditions or not anymore?
No, not really. I mean, if I am nervous, it's because like, oh my God, what if I mess up this line? Or I just heard about this audition the night before. Am I going to remember my stuff? Blah, blah, blah. But like on the whole, I really don't get nervous at auditions because I know I'm dope.
Hey.
So,
Hey.
So I just walk in there with a big old smile and I'd be like, okay, so I'm Daryl Patrice and you're going to get me today.
Oh.
Sit back and relax and enjoy.
Oh my God.
That's the vibe.
That's the vibe.
And if I don't get that role there, they still remember me. They still remember me. Like, I remember, first of all, shout out to Zoetic Stage.
Oh, big shout out.
Big shout out to Zoetic Stage. I auditioned for their production of The Wolves a couple of years ago, and I didn't get cast, but Stuart Meltzer remembered me later on, and that's how I got Zoetic Schmoetic, which was their inaugural improv comedy show,
Right.
which I did earlier this year. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. But like, he remembered the vibe. He remembered that whenever I came in and auditioned for him, because I think when I auditioned for The Wolves, that was like my second time auditioning for him. He was like, I always remember you came in with a smile. You always came in with a great attitude. And that's what all actors should do. You know what I mean? When you have like the confidence and you come in like with a great attitude. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody wants to hire a sour sport. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
of course.
It's one thing to be nervous. It's one thing to be like, okay. Okay. That's one thing. But like, no one wants to hire an asshole, man.
100%.
Nobody wants to work with an asshole director. Nobody wants to work with an asshole actor.
Right, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like, it's all about, like, that's what makes the whole experience positive. That's what makes a show work.
Right, and borderline magical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Borderline. Magical.
Yes.
So like it's always I always try to come in with positive energy, and whether I feel confident in the material that I'm auditioning with or not, like I'm a walk in with a smile. You gonna believe I'm the shit.
Yes.
You gonna believe I'm the shit.
Yes.
Whether or not I believe at that moment. At the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, like I do love just coming in and saying, hey, I may not be what you want right now, but I guarantee you need me in your life.
Oh, man, I'm getting goosebumps. I love that. Talking about asshole actors, without name dropping anybody, tell us a couple stories about maybe
Trying to get me in trouble.
no name dropping. But I do want to know some stories about a couple divas, maybe something that's pick out the green M&M sort of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
No, not even that, but just like, I don't know. Like, you're not going to do this to me. You're not going to do this to me. Everybody has stories, and all I'm going to say is, like, if there are people that I don't find pleasant to work with, I just come in and do my job.
True.
I just come in and do my job.
And that's spoken like a true professional right there. You know what I'm talking about? Pinkies up. Ladies and gentlemen, every single week, you know what I'm talking about? We have three segments. And the first one is actually called Mail Time.
Mail time.
There you go. Shout out Blues Clues.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Steve.
And then, did you see that video? It touched my heart. It touched my heart.
I cried. I was like, why? Why, Lord? Why?
It touched my heart. In this segment, we ask the audience, and that's you, to send in questions for our beloved guests. You know what I'm talking about?
People asking me questions?
Oh, they're asking questions.
You guys are so nice.
Yes, they are. And here we go with these beautiful questions.
Oh, boy.
So the first question
I'm
from
nervous.
our Mail Time segment. Daryl, what's one of the most memorable theater experiences you've had?
Oh. Let's see. I have a couple. The last show that I did before the pandemic was Groundhog Day with Slow Burn, and man, that was a magical show. It
Okay.
really was. It was so much fun. I got to play this like over the top cute girl named Debbie. I got to tap dance in a show.
Okay.
That was so dope. I was like, look at me. I was so frustrated at first because like I had not put on a pair of tap shoes since like my freshman year of college when I had to take a dance class for my PE requirement. But like when I got it. And that was a lot of fun. The cast was a lot of fun. So that was a really, really great one. What else? When I first started working with City Theater in 2018, I did summer shorts.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun. Shout out to Margaret and Susie. That was a lot of fun. I got to play a very I love playing young characters, I guess because I'm young at heart.
There you go.
So I got to play a little teenager, and that was fun. Another young role that I got to play that was really really touched me was playing Maribel in Crooked.
Okay.
At Thinking Cap Theater.
Shout out Thinking Cap.
Yes, hey Nicole. Shout out to Crystal and Elizabeth. That was a 3-woman show.
Oh wow.
So So my character Maribel, she was a young girl who was raised in the church, and she was, just real gung ho for Jesus, right? And she meets this girl named Lainey, and like. She starts. There are questions that teenagers have when the hormones are going and whatnot, and so she has questions about sexuality that she feels that she can't ask because she's in the church.
Okay.
And all of that is a sin and blah blah blah. Sex before marriage, blah blah blah, and like really suppressing the things that she felt that she couldn't express. And so like she felt like she thought she had stigmata in her hands, which is I think like when you develop sores. And so she thought she had invisible stigmata, so she would be like scratching and like it just became too much with like the things that were going on as the play went on. And that was, I think, the first time that I kind of like melted into my character.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was like, it would be a little hard to come out of it after each show.
Oh,
and so it became like a really emotional thing. But
sounds like it was emotionally draining.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. That was when I realized that I needed to develop some sort of way to sort of disconnect myself a little bit from the character and not go too far in. Because we know what happens when like actors get too far into their characters and whatnot, like stuff can get like real hairy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it was a great show. It was a really, really great show. And I think it was like my most, I don't want to say dramatic, but serious role that I've done. And I love doing the serious roles, but I need to figure out how to like not feel too hard. Because I feel so hard. I feel so hard, Juan. It's wild. But yeah. Crooked and Summer Shorts and Groundhog Day. Those are, I think, like the 3 standout productions that really make me feel cozy inside.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Second question from our mail time segment. And this you can argue that it kind of ties in. What has been one of the most challenging roles you've played in your career so far?
Yeah, definitely Maribel. definitely Maribel. That was really challenging.
Why do you say so?
Yeah, just like because I felt for her so hard. Like I made a playlist for her.
wow.
It had like a bunch of gospel songs on it.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It came to a point where like I couldn't really listen to it before every show. But yeah, that was a challenging role. There was another show that I did called The Way My Mama Loves Me. And
Ooh, it sounds heavy already.
yeah, absolutely. I worked with a playwright named Claudette Freeman, and that was okay. So it was a mother and a daughter. I played the daughter named Jamie, and she and her mother have very different ways of showing each other that they love each other. Her mother, and it's so wild because now that it wasn't until after the show that I realized like this is about love languages, because her mother showed her love for her daughter by doing things, by cooking her favorite foods, by, like protecting her and, doing motherly actions, but she never said the words. And Jamie felt like, okay, so you feeding me and whatever, but are you ever going to tell me that you love me? And so it was really it was about the back and forth about feeling unloved by a parent because they don't love you the way you need to be loved. And that's something that was really challenging for me because at that time I was struggling with my own relationship with a parent, and it was really, really, really heavy. Like the table read, I'm sobbing.
Wow.
So that was a wild ride, but I got to go to Memphis.
Oh,
we did that at a
shit.
theater festival in Memphis, and that was in 2016. So yeah, that was really, really cool. But
To travel for theater, that's so dope.
oh my God, and that was my first time too,
Oh my
traveling
God.
for theater. So that was really, really dope. But yeah, I would say The Way My Mama Loves Me was even more challenging than Crooked.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow. And the last question of our mail time segment. And this is a loaded one. It's a short, but it's a loaded one.
Okay.
Theater or film/TV?
Well,
and why?
I haven't done, well, no, let me not lie to you. I haven't done a lot of film, but I would say theater just because it's live and it's right there, and you're getting feedback and energy from the audience like right then and there. And every show is a new adventure. You know what I mean? New discoveries to make. Things could go wrong. Things have gone wrong, but things can go so right.
Right.
So right. Like, there'll be a time where you come off stage and it's like, whoa, yo, what was that?
Yeah,
that was
just,
wild.
Right.
So for right now, I'll say theater just because of like the energy that you're getting from people right there on stage, and you're basically playing around in front of people. It's like, hey, you're gonna watch us like play, right? Okay, cool, have fun. And that's always been a joy for me. But come back to me in a year. I may have a different answer.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay tuned for that part 2 right there. Thank you for those questions. You know what I'm talking about? Check out the Instagram every weekend. You can submit your own questions.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. Daryl, you briefly had touched upon, going too deep into the character. Why don't you give us your 2 cents on method acting?
Method acting, it can be really useful. It can be really dangerous. You know what I mean? It really depends on who you're playing, what that requires of you, and the experiences that you bring to the role. Like, I try to bring a little bit of me to, I mean, like, of course, you got to bring you to every role. But when it comes to method acting, I mean, if I'm playing a patient in a psych ward, I don't know, man. I mean, there are a lot of acting techniques.
Oh, yep.
There are a lot of techniques for an actor to use. So I definitely look forward to learning about more and more to load up that toolbox because there are just some things that I'm just not gonna do. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Of course.
There's more than one way to play a character. So all I will say is be safe. Be safe with yourself. Be safe with your people, with your cast. We're all out here to do the best that we can, but I don't want to see another actor die.
Right, of course. That was a massive blow to the acting community as a whole. We're referring to Heath Ledger. But yeah, that's definitely one name that comes to mind instantly. Which is, I mean, it was a horrible tragedy that happened. What do you think of, I guess, the local award ceremonies? You know, you have the obviously you have the Tonys in New York, but down here you have the Carbonells, and they just sent the email for the Remy Awards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, which I am hosting.
Okay, all right. Hello. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the Remys are pre-recorded this year, so I recorded that a few weeks ago. But basically, the Remy Awards are for the philanthropists and those who do hard work behind the scenes. So there are awards for best contributions in children's theater and oh my gosh, don't make me lie to you. But there are awards for those unsung heroes of the theater community. So it was a real big honor to host that for the second year in a row. Last year I co-hosted with my friend Vanessa Elise.
Okay,
Hey,
very cool.
that's
Big
my
shout out.
boo. But yeah, that was really a lot of fun. Last year I got to a couple of my friends and people I've worked with got Remy Awards.
Oh, that's so cool.
My friend and my boss Art Garcia at Miami Theater Center got
Very
an
cool.
award. I've worked at his summer camp for the past 3 years. Oh my gosh, what a joy. And my friend Tim Davis, he got a Remy Award last year. So it's really good to see the people who are not on stage have the light shown on them. So that's really, really nice. And I mean, I know who the winners are for this year, but you're gonna have to tune in.
Gotta have to tune in. Daryl, when did you start improvising, and when did you put that under your tool belt?
Yeah, I started improving in 2018. My friend Anderson got me into it. He had been working with local improviser and actor Jeff Quintana.
Okay.
With
big shout out.
Yes, with Jeff Quintana Performing Arts, and I saw him. I went to Anderson's show. I went to one of his shows, and I was like, okay, I can do this. Okay, cool. So I started taking lessons with him and Jeff. And at that show, I met two people who would become my teammates in the Black Improv Alliance.
Okay.
We formed a group. It was 4 of us, and we were the only all Black improv group, not only in South Florida, but probably in Florida in general.
Are you serious?
Which is wild to me.
Wow.
Wild. So I performed with them for 2 years, spreading Black joy all over the city and stuff. And it was a really, really, really great time. And I performed with them until last summer.
Wow. Do you have any sort of preference when it comes to, traditional studying a script, memorizing lines, or kind of just improvising?
When it comes to, wait, are you talking about learning lines in a play or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't like learning my lines alone. Like, I like having a scene partner. I like
Yes.
having somebody to go off with. Because if I'm just left by myself, I got a squirrel brain. I've got a squirrel brain. Like, I'll get so distracted. But one thing I do like to do is in the margins, I kind of paraphrase the lines. So I'll have the idea of the line.
Right.
So I'll know like what's supposed to be happening here. And then I'll be able to get the line down a little bit better. But I do when I find that I learn my lines best when I'm in the room, like in rehearsals. But of course, most of your time is spent outside of rehearsals. So you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes I just do line by line. But sometimes, like most of the times, I paraphrase in the margins and then I go from there.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I hear the most about from people who, who haven't performed before. They're like, I would forget my lines. I would freak out about that. That's one of the, the most repeated things. Like, how do you memorize lines is what I hear
So
the
like
most.
if you know what's happening or know what you're supposed to be saying,
Right.
God forbid you go up on a line, you'll at least know what the hell's going on.
Audience doesn't know the script.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So it gets a little harder when it's Shakespeare though.
Oh, yeah. You can't throw in hey, I love you, shouty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
like-
Thou art my love, short lady.
Do you? What's your experience with Shakespeare? Do you enjoy that challenge? Talk to me about that.
Okay, so doing Othello was so much fun, even though I had like this many lines. But like I really, really enjoyed it. And actually, I got to let me not touch the mic. So I actually got to be a swing for technically three characters in a production of Twelfth Night in August.
Oh,
With
snap.
Shakespeare Troupe.
Oh.
So that was a lot of fun.
Wow.
I didn't actually go on stage.
Okay.
But I got to on one of the rehearsals, which happened to be on my birthday.
Okay.
I had to fill in for two of the actresses. So I got to play Viola and Mariah.
Oh my
So
god.
that was it was hard work because the lights were on. It
Yeah,
was
girl,
hot.
you running.
And
Yeah.
I'm running, bro. I'm running. Thankfully, I didn't have to like switch in and out of costumes. And I was trying to at first. I'm trying to be real professional.
Right, of course.
But then the director was like, Daryl, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to do all that, blah, blah, blah. Just do the lines. And I was like, okay, cool. And so Mariah plays opposite of Sir Toby Belch, and they're like some of the comic relief characters.
Yes.
There's a lot of like scheme, plot
Okay.
going on there. So I got to play across from my friend JB Green.
Okay.
And we had a blast. It was such a blast.
And that's the best because when the performers are having a blast, it just rubs off on the audience.
Yes.
It's just so hard to
It
not.
rubs off on everybody.
Yes.
We were laughing so hard. It was so much fun.
Wow.
Like, I legit want to play Mariah. Like, Mariah is now on my bucket list.
Okay, yes.
I was like, okay, see, now you don't know what I can do.
all
Now
right.
I know what I can do.
I
So
love
let's
it.
really get it. Hire you, girl.
Yes. Daryl, what is your favorite part of the entire process? Is it walking into the audition? Is it getting the callback? Is it getting the phone call that you got cast? Is it midway through the rehearsal process? Is it the first time you're hanging out with your cast members? Is it, a curtain call? Is it when you're having your bow? What is it?
The best, the best part is performing. It's doing the thing, you know? But also getting close with your cast is so important. because it really can make or break a show.
Oh, yes.
If you
Facts.
are not super, I mean, like, it's one thing to come in and like do your job, be professional, but if you are actually connected to your castmates, you're connected to the script, you're connected to your character, that really just changes the entire game. So when I'm with a cast of people that really, really click, it's like, all right, baby, we here.
Hey!
We are here. Let's go.
I love that.
So yeah, definitely performing is number one, but like knowing that I'm performing with a dope cast that has my back, that's definitely chef's kiss.
What's one experience that comes to mind right off the bat when you think of a cast that just meshed beautifully?
Oh man, the cast of The Way My Mama Loves Me, they were, oh my gosh, just an amazing group of women, really inspiring, really encouraging when I'm like really feeling my character and I just need to be like pulled out a little bit. Like they'll pull me back and be like, okay, so what do you need? How can I help? Blah, 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 blah. Also, working with Margaret Ledford at City Theaters has been a game changer as far as working with directors that really get you. Something about Margaret Ledford, she gets me.
Okay.
She knows the stories she has so many stories. It's really about like the stories that she tells me and the way that she sort of like makes it relate. Let me explain. So it's like if I'm not so much understanding something that's going on in the script, she'll be like, okay, so one time this happened and this happened and this happened and I felt this way. You know what I mean? I'd be like, okay, that makes me feel a certain way. She's like, yeah? Okay, take that, put it in there. I'd be like,
Wow.
yeah. So she yeah.
Kind of on that same branch note, what are some, I guess, what would be the most ideal way for someone to direct, in your opinion? We've had numerous examples of directors that are micromanaging or micro-directing, and I mean, I can even think of one experience where I was acting and the director actually got on stage to try to correct someone else and tried to act for them.
Nope,
and I'm like, good Lord. I mean, thank God it wasn't me. No. Exactly, the worst. So talk to us about a little bit about that.
Line readings are the worst. I have seen line readings, not to me, but to a castmate, and that was just like so cringy.
It's so cringy.
When you micromanage an actor like that, you take away their agency, you're undermining their talent, and I mean, like, why the hell did you cast them in the first place?
There's no
like,
artistic freedom.
Why don't you do the role then?
Right,
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's wild to me. Like, I really appreciate directors who let us do our own thing. And if there's something else, like, don't tell me how to deliver the line. Like, give me a feeling. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so they're feeling like this. This person did that. If somebody did that to you, how would you feel? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, like, we all have like different experiences that we bring to our roles. So the agency and the artistic creativity is so important. It's so important. That's what makes the character unique from person to person. 'Cause it's like, if I'm playing Mary Poppins and you're trying to get me to say a line exactly like Julie Andrews, like, dude, get Julie.
Right, exactly.
Which you won't be able to because you can't afford her. I'm sorry, I was watching The Sound of Music earlier today, so I felt really inspired.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
But yeah, like let the artists do their thing. We're here for a reason. You hired us for a reason. Let us do the thing. Get in like the constructive directing is ideal for me. Give me a feeling, like give me a scenario. Let me put myself in this.
Ladies and gentlemen, every single week, you know what I'm talking about? We have 3. I said 3 segments, and the second one is actually the movie review of the week.
Ooh,
you know what I'm talking about? And in this beautiful segment, we ask our illustrious guests for a suggestion, a recommendation. You know what I'm talking about? A TV show or a movie, anything, any sort of media. I mean, if you want to suggest a theatrical production, you may do so as well. Any sort of media that, let's say you got boom, 10,000 people in front of you and they got like 2 hours to kill because they're in line, you know what I'm saying, to watch a Daryl production. You know what I'm saying? What would you recommend for them to do for those 2 hours?
Well, I want to give a Netflix show
Yes,
review.
please.
Okay, so I finished binging the 3rd season of Sex Education.
Okay.
Which is on Netflix.
Is that the animated one?
No,
Okay.
that is, it's a live action show.
Okay.
It's about these teenagers in high school, and 2 of them, they start a sex clinic because one of them is the son of a sex therapist.
Okay.
And so it starts off with like being about the money, of course, you know, we got to hustle.
Right.
But then it really goes into how high schoolers view sex and like the struggles that we all can relate to, not just like in high school, but we all, like a lot of us have issues with like, okay, how do I communicate with my partner like the things that I like in bed? How do I communicate things that make me uncomfortable? How do I work through learning about my sexuality? You know what I mean? My sexual orientation. And the 3rd season, this most recent season, was phenomenal. Knocked it right out of the park because one, they brought in non-binary characters.
Okay.
So they discussed that in such a comprehensive way that let you know who's in the writing room, who's in the writer's room. And I really loved how they navigated through those nuances. And there was a character like, and how a lot of people who consider abstinence as sex education. And we know that's not real sex education.
Right, of course.
So learning about that and different relationships. It was like, I don't want to give too much away, but just watch it, man, because even as adults, we can all learn something from that show. A lot about hetero relationships, a lot about queer relationships, learning about our bodies, the things that we like not even like this, not just the sexual things, but things that really interest us,
right,
that can bleed into our relationships. There's a queer character who believes in aliens and has and loves writing fiction about like magical like octopus creatures and blah 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 blah, and she has a girlfriend who's like not into that at all. So how do they navigate that? How do you show up as your true authentic self with a partner who may not be able to relate to that? So, and I think a lot of us, like, whether we believe in aliens or whether it's just, oh, I like anime and you don't, how do you navigate that? How are you able to be your true self and still be in a relationship with someone who may not be able to relate to that? So I highly recommend Sex Education on Netflix.
All right, out of 5 stars.
Five.
Okay.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
All right, I love it. All right. Sex Education on Netflix. You see it on the screen. Please check it out. Daryl, talk to me. What are some of your biggest inspirations when it comes to the theater, the acting realm as a whole? Growing up, who did you watch and couldn't stop watching? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Let me see. So the TV show A Different World, it's been like monumental in inspiring me to go to an HBCU. It was actually filmed at Spelman. I mean,
Oh, wow.
that's just the icing on the cake,
All right.
okay?
You flexing like 20 times today. I love it. I love it. All right. There you go.
But yeah, so and also Living Single was just a show about Black women, and I didn't realize that the age I am now, they were younger than I am now, just like out here thriving in their fields. You have Khadijah, who owns a magazine. You have Max, who's a dope-ass lawyer. You have Regine, who is a costumer and works in fashion. You have Sinclair, who's an aspiring actress and is just so lovey in her heart. And you have these 4 women who are just doing big things in their careers and in their lives and just displaying Black women. And so I love that. That really inspired me, not just as an actress, but as a Black woman. I love Angela Bassett for her range,
yes.
for her strength from playing Katherine Jackson in Jackson's An American Story, to Tina Turner,
Oh my
to
God.
Queen Mother in Black Panther. Like, come on now. Come on now. I love her. I also love Audra McDonald, 6-time Tony
Oh my
Award
God.
winner.
Yeah.
Woo, baby.
She has a Tony room by now. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
exactly. Like
straight up.
she inspires the hell out of me, man. While we're talking about Broadway superstars, Alex Newell.
Okay.
Alex Newell, I got to see Alex in Once on This Island on Broadway back in 2018, and they were so amazing. I wasn't in the second row. I was like in like the 4th row, and it was theater in the round. So I was just like a couple of rows from the stage, and as Alex was coming up like in the audience, like they winked at me, and I was like, I cried, and then I got to meet them.
Oh, wow.
After the show, got the autograph, got a picture. It's on my Facebook, and it's just like I got to tell Alex, I see myself in you. Like,
Oh, wow.
Thank you. And we had like a little moment, but Alex made me. Just the songs. I saw a video of Alex singing Ireland from Legally Blonde, and I was like, okay, so I can sing that.
Hell yeah.
Okay, and of course singing Poor Unfortunate. So everything Alex Newell touches turns to gold. Platinum. Like, fantastic. But it really is people... Oh my God, excuse me. This is strong stuff. I need to put that away. It's really people like Alex just singing and doing whatever they want to do that really brings home the fact that representation matters.
Yes.
Because people of color are always, especially Black women, we're always expected to sing certain songs.
Okay.
And I mean, there are certain songs from, famous Black shows that I love to sing. Be a Lion from The Wiz is one of my go-tos.
Okay.
I in general, I love singing songs that talk about confidence, that exude confidence,
Okay.
because it helps me bring it out even more. Like, you feel this? Can you feel it? I want you to feel it. Feel it. But it really is people like Alex, and oh my goodness, talk about representation. There is an Instagram account called Let's Hear It for the Choice.
Okay.
Where they highlight different different Broadway performances, like people who just sing down, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And there's this one theater company who did a production of Legally Blonde this past month, and they had a black L.
Wow.
Man, and the video showed like the big reveal when Elle first comes out in Oh My God, You Guys. And when I saw this sister, this big, thick, tall, blonde box braids, oh my God, you guys. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
I screamed and I cried.
Wow.
Because people don't understand. And like even before I saw that video, I was thinking, man, I could kill Elle.
Yes.
If what you want was performed by an HBCU marching band, are you kidding me? That breakdown.
I can hear.
If you have some of the girls from Northwestern Senior High just getting low,
I can hear the horns now.
baby.
Oh my God.
Baby, you want to talk about magic? You want to talk about electricity?
Ooh.
Baby. When I saw that, it's like, God,
Wow.
like, don't fucking sleep on us.
Yep.
Don't do it.
Right.
I promise you, so much, and I'm gonna be bold when I say this, so much of South Florida theater is losing right now.
Yep.
Because they don't see all the talent that is happening here.
Yep.
All the talent that is coming up right now. In these high schools. These high school kids are killing it.
Yeah, they are.
I was a substitute teacher at my alma mater, Michael Kropp Senior High, and their current theater teacher, Jamel Booth, man, he makes magic with those kids. He makes magic with those kids.
Bro, and drama teachers are so underrated everywhere,
So
man.
underrated. Shout out to all the drama
yeah.
teachers. If you're a drama
100%.
teacher anywhere, and you are impacting the youth of this county, of this country, this world, bruh.
Yeah. Because, you know, if you're putting on a production as a high school teacher, you're putting in that overtime for free.
Absolutely.
For free.
Absolutely.
Like,
it's crazy.
It really
it's
is.
crazy. Like the magic that is pulled out of these kids.
Yep.
And then hearing directors saying there's no black talent in South Florida.
It's crazy.
What?
It's crazy.
Don't disrespect us. Don't disrespect us. Don't disrespect these professional actors. Don't disrespect these kids.
Exactly.
Who are going out of state, out of the city for college because they don't feel welcome.
Or valued.
Or exactly.
Right.
Valued. That's the word, valued. So, man, I tell you, if you want to, let me look into the camera. Which camera should I look? Can I look into that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I need y'all to do. If you want more black talent, you need to go into these high schools. You need to go into the inner cities. You need to go places other than where you've been going. Don't go to your same one black friend and say, hey, I need some black actors. Like, do the work. Do the work because we are. We are, baby. We're out here. Look for us. Because you're wondering why we're not coming to your auditions. But what you don't know is we've been auditioning for you for the last 5 years. And each time we come back, you don't remember our names. Okay? So do the work or catch us in Atlanta.
Catch us in ATL. That's beautiful right there. Daryl, you are one of the most motivated and driven individuals that I know. And that's a fact. And I kind of want to know, where does that drive, where does that motivation come from?
This is all I do. I mean, I feel, okay, let me not say that. I believe that this is what I was born to do. I am born to perform. I'm born to inspire. I'm born to create. So that's really what drives me. And knowing that there are people that look up to me. Like this is one, okay. So I'm a substitute teacher as well, right?
Okay.
Someone's got to pay the bills, right?
Of course.
So I have substituted in drama classes, in chorus classes, and everything. I've done pretty much. I've substituted for a photography class, like whatever.
Okay.
You know, but each day I'm inspiring these kids, whether I know it or not. And so knowing that I'm doing this not just for me, but for them, that keeps me going. Like working at Miami Theater Center has meant so much to me because having the parents come back to me and say, oh my gosh, my daughter has just been singing all day. She won't stop talking about you, blah, 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 blah. Can she take singing lessons with you? I'm like, baby, listen, first of all, I'm not where I want to be as a singer yet. So it's my joy to refer them to my friends, such as Darcy Hernandez.
Okay.
She's a voice coach.
There
So
you
if
go.
you got little kiddos, she's great with them. She'll take care of your kids.
Boom.
So, but knowing that kids want to go further into theater because of me, it really drives me forward. Like, man, it's crazy. I was even thinking about this. I was thinking about this on the way here. When you see yourself where you want to be, when you see yourself receiving that Tony, when you see yourself receiving that Oscar, that Emmy, that Golden Globe, that whatever, it's like I already know that I'm going to thank my students. I feel them every day. And that's a whole nother discussion. Because like getting to know some of the kids a little bit closer, because I was working as a reading interventionist, working with the lower performing kids and seeing the things that they go through that affect their school life. You know what I mean? Seeing the things that they go through and wanting to help so badly. Like, it's so true. Like, when you're a teacher, you're learning as much, if not more, than you're teaching.
Wow.
And it is so true because you want to be your best because you know they're not getting the best. So I do what I do because it's what I'm born to do. And I also do it to bring up others who are coming up.
Tell me about a story, an impactful story of you pertaining
Jesus.
to
Don't make
students.
me cry. Because I'm going to cry. Do not make me cry. I'm going to try and make this as general as possible because I'm I'm an artist and I'm sensitive
No, the
about my
waterworks.
shit.
The waterworks are real, and I feel that, and I love that. You know,
But like hearing, okay, so this past summer, I had a record number of Black kids in my group at summer camp.
okay.
That number was 5.
Oh my God.
5 Black kids. And that was the most I had ever gotten in the 3 years I had been working there.
I literally thought you were gonna say something like 70 or 80. Or, wow.
Nah. Like my classes were about like between 20, 25 kids.
Okay.
And the fact that I had like 4 Black girls and 1 Black boy, it's crazy. I was so happy that like at pickup, I would tell each parent, I'd be like, I am so glad your child is here. I haven't had this many Black kids in my class ever. I just want to let you know that I am so happy that they are here. They're doing great. I'm going to push them and make them the best that they can. And I just want you to know. And they feel that.
The parents?
Those parents feel that. They're like, wow, this is crazy. And it makes me it made me happy that I had that many, but it made me sad because like a lot of us don't have the resources.
Yep.
I didn't go to theater camps when I was a kid.
Me neither. Yep.
I didn't know about those. So being that inspiration, being that representation for them, that really just, yeah, man. This year was for the books. It really, really was. So, yeah. Shout out to Jaden and JC and Bea and Audrey. And all my kids, I love y'all. Truly.
Big shout out. That's powerful, that's moving, and that's beautiful. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, every single week we have three segments, and the last one is actually the quest for the truth. You know what I'm talking about? And in this, and in this beautiful segment, we pick a random, emphasis on the word random, card from this here deck of cards, and we ask this random question to our illustrious guest today. So here we go.
I'm nervous. Palms are sweaty.
Shout out Eminem. All right. And I normally kind of scroll through a little bit because we've done some of them, but this is a good one. All right. So, Daryl.
Yes.
What would you do if you won the lottery?
Oh, baby. Okay. So how much did I win and how much am I really getting after taxes?
All right, let's.
Okay, no.
What's it going out right now?
But yeah, I definitely wanna buy my mom a house. Definitely wanna buy my mom a house wherever she wants to live. I would definitely donate to my church because, you know, I owe God a lot of money. Sorry, God. But yeah, definitely want to donate. I wanna donate to different theater companies. This is something that came on my heart last year. I wanna. Okay, let's manifest. I want to start my own production company.
Okay. All right.
I'd like to start my own production company.
Yes.
And yeah, that would be really, really cool.
Wow.
I don't think I want to buy like a big fancy mansion because, I mean, if there's a lot of stairs, that's a whole lot of walking up and down stairs.
Yeah.
And I really like ranch style houses. So I think I would like a 1-level estate. I definitely want to, keep inspiring the youth. You know what I mean? And push them out there and let people know that we're out here and that the representation matters, man. That's something that really has been on my heart for a while. But yeah, for sure I want to get my mom off her feet. She's been teaching for over 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, those kids. The kids, man, the kids. But yeah, and I want to travel.
Okay.
I want to travel. I've always wanted to go to Italy, go to the Cayman Islands, see my family. I'll probably buy a house over there. That would be cool.
Okay.
Just like...
Get a little real estate now.
Yeah,
Okay.
When you get older, you realize the importance of real estate.
Oh, my God.
And that income, that passive income.
That passive income. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. All right. Before we start wrapping up this magnificent, illustrious episode that we have had today, a couple last things I definitely want to touch up on. Daryl, talk to us about the importance of having a support system and what it means to you to really always have someone there, front row or second row, whatever the case may be, at some point in one of your performances, whether it be your family, your friends. Talk to us about that support system.
Yeah, man, it's so important. As an artist, nothing is concrete, nothing is guaranteed forever. And like having people who can support you, like my folks stay supporting me financially, but most of all emotionally and mentally. Like, man, like we already know how important mental health is,
Right.
and like outside of the arts, but inside of the arts,
It's like magnified times a million. Yeah.
and it's crazy how a lot of people like bury themselves in the roles that they play and whatnot, and sometimes it can really like be emotionally draining, having to like visit and revisit certain emotions. And it's really important that we have people who we can confide in, people who can relate to us. Therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy is so important. I know, man, it's so important to have friends, family, coworkers, colleagues. It really can make or break your spirit. You know what I mean? If you have people, regardless of the field that you're in, if there are people around you who are constantly like sowing doubt into you, like, oh, are you sure? Oh, well, I mean, like, you didn't do so well on that, so I mean, maybe you should like hold back for a while. Oh, that was all right, but I mean, I've seen better. Or just like complete dismissal.
Right.
And you can feel so alone. And that is something that I know a lot of us have experienced through the pandemic and quarantine. And there have been times where I have felt alone. There have been times where friends have felt alone. And you feel like, yeah, like that you can't really express yourself. And having people in your corner, being able to communicate is so important. And I am so grateful to my support system for seeing me, for giving me the space to cry and, be joyful when it's that time. And it, gosh, like, I can't even say how important it is, because when we have people who see us, when we feel seen, that's when we feel valued. Because if you feel invisible, it's like, what am I even here for? What am I doing this for? Who am I doing this for? It's like, I can't do this alone. We can't do life alone. We try so hard. I've tried so hard. I still try. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Because like everybody has had experiences of being let down or for whatever reason. And sometimes that can put up walls.
Right.
And the right people will help you knock them down. Or they will climb over that wall and be like, hey, babe. Hey, you all right? I see you not looking so good, girl. Now I see you huddled up in the fetal position. You want some water? I can make you a cake. You hungry? You want to talk about it? Yo, I've had friends like look over my walls and be like, I see you.
And you need those friends too.
You really do. And sometimes it'll make me go like, no, man, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay. It's like, nah, but I see you drowning in a pool of your own tears, sis. Can I help you sit up? I got some rope. I can throw it down. Hang on. I'll pull you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All it takes is that one person, for real. It's so important. And I hope everybody can find at least one person, even if it's a therapist. Daryl, a therapist. Let me preach to myself on today.
There you go.
But yeah. I hope everybody has their support system because we all need it. No person's an island.
100%. No person is an island. Ladies and gentlemen, what a colossal episode we have had today from our amazing, in studio guest today, Daryl Patrice.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I am forever in your debt.
Shut up.
I am, you know what I'm saying? First of all, I want to sincerely wish you the absolute best in your
you
move.
so much.
I know you are going to garner a level of success that is going to be tremendous. I think that it's going to pale in comparison.
I receive it.
Yes, it's going to pale in anything in comparison to anything you've done so far.
Thank you.
I sent all the good vibes your way.
Thank you so much.
That Marvel spandex got your name on it, girl.
Man,
Let
baby.
me tell you. Let me tell you.
Feige, if you watching, I know you need some thick sisters out here. You had Tiana Paris.
There you go.
On WandaVision.
There you go.
I love her. Does she need a sidekick?
I love it.
Does she need a homie?
There we go.
Disney Plus, holla at me. I'm here.
Yes.
I can do the splits. I can run real fast. I can do
Boom,
cartwheels.
she can tap dance.
Listen, wow, I can tap
Boom.
dance, baby. I can jazzercise.
Yes.
I'm good with the jazzercise.
Oh my God, I love it. And the absolute last question of the evening, of the day, of whatever you want to call it. Daryl, where do you see everything in the next 5-10 years? What's happening? Talk to us.
Define everything.
What's happening in the realm of acting?
You mean my realm or just like
Your realm, yes.
my realm? Okay. Well, ooh, baby. I would love to be on a sitcom. I want to be this funny main character.
Girl, you are a funny main character.
Baby, I am main
Yes.
character, and don't you forget it. But yeah, I see myself even like creating my own content. I have some things that I've been working on that I'm
Okay.
going to continue working on because there are stories that need to be told. There are
Yes.
stories that are that need to be told from my point of view. I believe that there is room for me, and while the market may be saturated in however way you want to see it, I believe that nobody has the point of view that I have. Oof. So I definitely see myself creating things and making connections and making magic in my acting career, in my
Yes.
playwriting career.
Yes.
I was actually jotting down some ideas yesterday. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I'm tired of Hollywood saying that Black stories aren't marketable because they absolutely the fuck are.
They definitely are.
So, and not only are they marketable, but like the Black experience can be so relatable to other people. It's
Yes.
like we've been watching white stories forever and be like, "Oh, okay, I see myself. I've gone through that.
Right.
We've gone through
Right.
that." So like, why not tell it from our perspective?
Right.
Why not display us? We have so much power there's so much power in our dollars and POC dollars. And so what I really plan on bringing to Atlanta is my perspective and just my energy. And I wanna do it all, man.
And you will.
I will. Oh my God, Juan, this just like really, this really just, woo. Thank you for giving me the space to manifest, because I've been so excited but really sad about leaving South Florida, because I've made so many friends and built, connections and families here.
The friends aren't going anywhere.
They're not.
Exactly.
They're not. So, come see me in Atlanta.
Yes. You see, but first of all, you see all that good stuff on the screen. Please follow her on Instagram. Is there any other social media right now that you're on, or just Instagram?
Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Daryl Patrice X.
Boom. What do you have for the people before we start wrapping up?
Listen, you're valuable, you're valid, your experience matters, your point of view matters. Don't let anybody say otherwise. I mean, the haters gonna hate, the potatoes gonna potate.
I love it. That's my next tattoo right there. All right.
But what you need to do is this is my personal motto. And I actually had I was gonna wear my shirt that says this. I got it custom made, but I got some matcha tea spilt on it, so I had to change. But my personal motto is stunt on these hoes and slay without ceasing.
Ooh.
Stunt on hoes. Slay without ceasing.
I love that.
That's what I live by, and it's taken me far.
And it'll continue to take you far.
Yeah.
Daryl, thank you so much.
Thanks
Seriously,
for having me, Juan.
When you listen to this, you're already going to be grinding it out up there in Atlanta, and I could not be more proud of you.
Thank you.
Killing
so
it every
much.
day. At the audition, singing it, improvising, playwright girl. She does it all. I'm so okay. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you, and I commend you for taking this leap of faith, this dive into the unknown.
Thank you.
Because it speaks volumes as to the powerful and driven woman that you are.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I commend you, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man. Sorry, my hands are clammy.
No, you're good. Aren't we all? Cruz, you got anything for the people before we wrap up?
No, I'm all good.
That's beautiful.
A man of few words.
A man of few words, you know what I'm saying? But he's got a Hollister hoodie, and that's beautiful right there.
Love it. Love it.
Peace out.
Ladies and gentlemen, every Thursday at midnight, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You go on YouTube, because you can go on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, on Deezer, on iHeartRadio. Hell, you send me a damn DM, I'll get you a damn cassette. You know what I'm saying? I'll figure it out. Bro, we hustling out here. We'll figure it out. But more than anything, you gotta go on the YouTube.
So you can see our beautiful faces.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The faces. Oh my God.
iHeartRadio.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
iHeartRadio.
Girl, if you were moving, I would invite you to be a new co-host. All right.
Man, I would love to. Man.
Look, next time. All right.
Next time.
But please follow Daryl. You see everything on the screen. Follow her journey to the top. Every Thursday at midnight. You know what it is. Holla.
Peace.
And it don't matter what the world thinks. You can say how you feel on midnight in Miami, where you can push it to the limit. It gets real with only one and ill. You're locked into it.